I had a chili dog.
Well, it's better than absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's better than
that ain't
nothing.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not awesome, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, I guess it's one way to lose weight if you're trying to lose weight, but
That's the last thing I need to do.
Shit. All right. Well, shit. While James is getting this dab on in, what do you guys say? Should we get this thing kicked off?
Yeah, dude, I'm down. I got a tall glass of water.
Hopefully, I'll recover and be breathing and standard by then.
Hey, that's the best time. So let's go ahead and kick off a Shedtime Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime Podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and a big shout out to the homie, not the real Jabard Butler, aka Lee, for that fantastic intro. You know, ever since he hit us with that, I've been like, that's the move. It's the official intro. Fight me if you don't like it.
Lee's the man.
I mean, his breakdown and explanation of this show is beautiful, and you know, one of the things that he mentions in there is that it's crypto, you know, it's vaping, it's all these different things. And he's so right, because we've talked about almost every single topic that we've possibly ever been into on this show at one time or another. So I like to say it's kind of like Seinfeld. We're a show about everything and a show about nothing.
Facts.
You know?
I was gonna do like the baseline, but I thought that might be like too close.
Yo, speaking of shit from that era, though, did you see Frasier is back?
No fucking way. Are you serious?
Wait,
yeah, dude.
Did they reboot it, or did they just is it back in syndication?
They've done a reboot. Kelsey Grammer is back as Frasier. It's taking place even further into the future since we've left off from the original series Frasier. I can't remember. I think it's a Peacock. I think it's one of those.
Okay.
I'll never see it then.
But yeah, very intrigued to see how that may turn out. Because I liked Frasier, and even funnier for me is that, like, when I was watching Frasier as a young person growing up, I wasn't into my Simpsons phase yet. So to then get into The Simpsons and kind of laugh and see Sideshow Bob and his brother Cecil, who are played by Frasier and his brother, like, you could hear the same dynamic back and forth. It's gold. It's gold. So yeah, very excited for that. Although I'm seeing that the initial critics aren't liking it, which means it's probably a really good show, because as we've found in the past, oftentimes when the critics hate something, it's like a banger.
It's weird that happens. Like, it honestly is weird that happens. But it's not that, abnormal either. Like, I feel like there's been a number of things that, like, where I've got horrible reviews, and I was like, I found that entertaining.
You know, it's those hot takes and like unpopular opinions. And that's one of those things that, like, I've been thinking a lot about lately, is like, we've all got some hot takes, unpopular opinions, things like that. And I'm kind of curious what some of you guys have for those, because I know, like, we've talked about it before in the past, like a couple of my very unpopular opinion hot takes. I think AC/DC and the Red Hot Chili Peppers are two of the worst bands of all time. People can argue with me all they want about that. They will not change my mind. I can't stand either of them.
I'll jump in on this band thing, bro. I'm not the biggest Beatles fan.
I can respect that
Indie.
because I can get that. It's like
I don't think they're the gods of music as some do.
I'll take a turn on that and go that I also think Taylor Swift is way overrated.
Oh, for sure. Rolling Stones.
Jimi Hendrix, not the best guitar player ever.
If we bumping or dumping, bro, I'm probably dumping Rolling Stones, dude. You know what I mean? There's
Stones
not many
grew on me as I got older, but I still get
everybody loves Painted Black, bro. I fucking hate that song. I fucking hate that song, bro.
Oh my god. I can understand it.
I don't know why. There's just something about it. I think part of it is I don't like Mick Jagger.
Dude, he's an acquired taste vocally for sure.
It's not even so much vocally. It's just like I would never be able to watch them live, bro.
Andy.
It's just watching him move around the stage, fucking peacocking or whatever the fuck it is.
Doing that fucking.
Oh, dude, it's so dumb, bro.
Strutty pigeon shit.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But hey, I'm not hating on it. You know what I mean? If you fucking like it, you like it. But more for you, man.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, right? It's like my take on it is that I get it. Like I may feel this way, and I know a lot of people would disagree. That's fine. Everyone's free to like what they like. I don't get this huge sad boy rap thing either. Like a lot of my coworkers are listening to it where it's like it's emo rap. It's like when we had that emo craze in rock, it's just gone into rap now. I don't get it.
Okay, wait. Hold up. Emo rap.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, can you please tell me any emo rap like artist song?
I don't know what they are. I hear. All right, actually, I can. Post Malone, perfect example.
Oh, that's like emo.
I would call that some straight up emo rap. It's fucking sad kid rap.
I don't even know if what bigger singles lately from Post Malone have been rap though. I feel like he's just like an artist now. Like he's not a rapper. Like
he was never really a rapper technically because he sings. You know what I mean? But like he
carved his niche in the hip hop genre though.
Yeah, but doesn't mean that he's necessarily rapping. Hip hop is like more expansive than rap music nowadays because half the people aren't even rapping in their shit. It's like a weird blend between rap R&B shit. It's weird.
And I mean, I'm not. We're playing semantics with what I'm just calling for the sake of fucking being generalist. But
yeah, because.
But at the end of the day, like there's him. There's like what is it like? These like Lil Baby or Lil Durk.
I would say XX Extension or whatever his name was. He was probably one of those guys. Because they rap about like suicide and hating
taking pills and
it's pretty much
being depressed
the same
and
sort
alone.
Of like words and lyrics you would hear in like an emo rock song. It's just flipped into a rap verse over some.
They're making hip hop auto-tuned fucking My Chemical Romance songs.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So I literally went on Spotify, right, and typed in emo rap, and there's a number of emo rap playlists. I put on the first one, and the first song is "Fuck 'Em All" by Mac Miller.
I don't know if I consider that.
I call him frat rap, but
yeah,
I
guess the lyrics.
That's like a pretty weird start for me. I don't know if I'm going to trust this list. I think that's like what I was meaning more than anything, because I don't think that like Mac Miller would be considered emo. And anyway,
I'm all right.
He's just a real person. He was just a real person who's rapping about real shit.
If we go from the perspective of emo being short for emotional,
there were times that he definitely touched on that for sure.
I can see somebody thinking
at that point you could even
rap?
say Logic at some point was on that realm too.
I think
but
every
like he was
hip hop artist
Like
does an
NF would be
emotional
emo
song,
rap
right?
for
Oh, for sure. Then NF would most definitely fall
like
into
every
that.
single song, no matter what it
Dude,
is,
it's
there's
just
always
so
emotion
weird,
in it.
you know, just like
All right, but
genres
like
in music are so expansive and so like
Suicide Boys, though, Lil Peep, like Juice
those guys for
WRLD.
sure.
That's-
Juice WRLD for sure.
Yeah, I put an emo rap into Spotify and it gave me a bunch of artists. And I was like, yes, these are names that I can play. Like, I just, not to dog their style. There are plenty of kids who like it. And I think if this existed in that era of my life, when I was like 15 years old and I was an angsty fucking edgy preteen, you know what I mean? Like, I probably would have got into it too. Instead, I was into ICP. I was like, I'm a freak forever.
Okay, Sean,
Yeah.
like, do you like any of Mac Miller's shit?
All right. I don't like the frat rap style, so Mac Miller was hard for me to get into. I looked at Mac Miller and was like, that kid is really good. I just can't get into what
We need
he
to listen to
does.
his older stuff, not like the new, the stuff. I guess like his newer. I guess it would be newer stuff, technically, but
His
like
later,
his late, because at that point, like he was more into the just the musicality of things. He was, you know, doing a little bit of singing and, you know, playing with different, you know, types of genres of music, just like in the background and shit. And I feel like that's when he really hit his stride. But
His
like,
Tiny Desk is super good.
Oh, for sure, dude. That's probably one you should check out, Sean.
I would check that out.
That's pretty dope. The most dope. See what I did there?
you know, it was just one of those things, like that delivery, like it's the same reason I don't like Logic, right? That's that delivery style that some of those artists have, not necessarily for me.
How about like, do you like some features by Logic? Like not maybe Logic's songs, but some of his like features.
Nothing I've heard him on have I liked him on.
Oh,
Now, mind you, nothing I listen to in the world of hip hop ever intersects him. So I've never heard him as a featured artist on anybody I would listen to.
Yeah, I think that actually he has a track, but like it's featuring Eminem.
Yeah, I would never listen to that.
Oh, you don't like Eminem either?
It's not that I don't like Eminem. I think that Eminem is, here we go, another hot take for you. I think Eminem's overrated. I don't think he's as good as he used to be. I think he's wicked fucking boring. He literally, everything he raps sounds the same now. We get it. You can rap fast. Big fucking deal. So can I. That's not impressive anymore. You're not creative anymore. Go back to when you were actually interesting.
I'd have to beg to differ on that, but it's because I've listened to a lot of the stuff he's done recently, and the way he's switching his flows up and he's not doing the same shit on every song anymore. Even though like I just feel like he's just kind of gotten put into like a box.
Well, he's been like famous and making music for what, like 25
and that's
years?
it, and that's part of it too. It's like, once you've been in the game for so long too, you know what I mean, there's going to be a certain point where people are going to feel like how Sean does, you know, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that feel the way that he does.
100%.
I'm not docking him for it, you know what I mean?
Do I think M could smoke just about any rapper in a battle if it came down to it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that being said, do I think it's all going to sound the same like everything else he's spit in the past before? I also still think that. I also like that my attitude about the speed rap. I feel the same way about Tech 9 now. We get it, bro. How many times can I hear you fucking spell out nut house on a goddamn touch tone phone? Like, those are things that, like, I get it.
But at a certain point, you also just got to respect that that's just their style, bro. That's just who they are.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like that speaks to a certain thing, and it's cool that it's a reference to way back in the day. But I was listening to Tech 9 real early on, so I followed that progression up to a certain point where I kind of got bored with it. And it was like, you heard it in like 4 to 5 songs per album on every album, and if he was on a feature that wasn't on his album, it almost always went into it. And it's a lot of it is because it's a technique that those of us who do speed rap would use, where we have certain little catchphrases that we can put together that sound really good when you spit them fast. And so we like to sneak those catchphrases into shit, because when you can fucking sit there and say shit like, "Back and I get with a hat in the back," like when it flows like that really fast and it's got that cool bounce, you just want to stick it into any little thing you can to keep that kind of like sick cadence there. So like I get the trick, but like it just wore out on me. Other people, they hear it, maybe they don't listen to it as obsessively as I did. Like I was listening to, like, if we listened to Tech Nine back in the day, we only listen to Tech Nine for 8 hours in the shed smoking weed.
Yeah, I think that's part of my thing too. Is like, I've had few artists that I'll literally will sit there and play on repeat. You know what I mean? But they're also the artists that I'll never get tired of. You know what I mean?
Because we would burn the whole catalog from like first record all the way up to the most current, which is why we'd be able to do that.
I've always been the type of person, especially even now, like especially nowadays with the way that like music streaming is, where it's like I always had playlists and it was never just one artist. It was always a mixture, and I always played on shuffle, so I never got the same artist twice. So I think that's part of the reason why I don't necessarily feel that way about certain artists that I feel like some people do, is because like it's never I really had them just, constantly playing. The only artist I ever had like that, like, dude, my car, when I had a CD player, the only CD that ever touched that thing was Sublime's Greatest Hits. That was it. It just went in and never came out. You know what I mean?
And since you brought up Sublime, are you guys hearing these recent changes that the radio and like Pandora and shit have been making with Sublime? Like, for example, Doing Time, they're using the version where he says Doing Time and the Living's Easy instead of Summertime and the Living's Easy.
I haven't noticed that.
Dude, I know I've noticed my local classic rock station, when they play that song, that's the version they play. The Pandora radio that the guys listen to in our shop at work all the time, that's the version they're playing. When they do What I Got, it's that like really polished.
Is it the reprise version?
Yeah, it's that really polished reprise version where like they flip shit around and it's like, no, this isn't the right goddamn version. You play the 40 ounce to Freedom version.
The solo sounds a little different.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I don't like that.
Take a tip from me. No, that's not how it's sung.
Take a tip from me. Come on, damn it.
Exactly.
You got to throw the extra des in there. You know what I mean?
Do not flip those two fucking lines around on me. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I've been singing that song since we were kids.
Yeah, now you're fucking me up, bro.
Not cool. Stop it, radio.
Dude, that's one of my favorite parts to sing in fucking What I Got. Take a tip from me. Yeah, dude. Or in any song where he goes crazy and rolls all the R's.
Yes.
Dude, I know the most Spanish that I know is from Caress Me Down.
Right?
Dude, I was just gonna say
I don't know any of them. I don't know what he's saying, bro, but I could recite that shit.
It's like I literally learned how to say shit, but I don't know what it is.
Dude,
Me llamo Bradley.
That's how I learned how to roll my R's, bro. Is that song.
Yeah. Fun to realize as I got older what Sancho means, and the fact that we were singing that on the radio as kids and shit.
Yeah.
Not realizing that is a derogatory term.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it means cuckold.
Oh, in Spanish.
Yeah, the other man, the cuckold.
Oh, dude, that's crazy because like I've actually met someone whose name's Sancho. Oh no, it was Santo. Matt.
Yeah.
Totally different, bro.
Very different, actually. Yeah, one letter makes a very big difference.
That's
call him Sancho and see what happens. You might get into a fight.
I actually know some people that speak Spanish. I can ask them about it. I'll be like, "Yo, tell me about this word."
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Yeah, you don't want to use that."
Whenever you remember what they taught us in Cheech and Chong, right? Say, "Odale bendejo."
What is that?
That means hello, my friend. Remember, this isn't a Cheech and Chong.
That's not what it means.
So that's not what it means.
Or something like that.
Yeah. What is it? It's what's up, asshole, motherfucker? What is Bendejo? I can't remember immediately anymore.
It's like, what's up, fucker?
Yeah, or dickhead or something like that. Yeah, what's up, fucker? Yeah. It's derogatory as well. Do not do that to your Spanish friends.
What up, Indy? We got an Indy sighting on the podcast, y'all.
Yeah, dude, he's like all needy for some reason right now.
Well, I mean, hey, it's better than you having to be like Indy. Shut up. We're recording, bro.
Yeah, it's true. He did already bark while we were recording today.
But he's chilling. He's cold chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling.
I mean, maybe that's what we need is we need to just give Indy his own camera and everything so he can feel like he's part of the podcast and he'll just like chill and be like, all right, cool, we here.
Well, I think that another reason he's like, yo, dude, like I'm getting pretty hungry over here. Like, what do you think about food?
He's like, you jerk, you left me here all day because 5 minutes or 5 hours is all day to a dog's mind.
Dude, that's actually like one of those things about like pets, right? Like I'm sure that cats are the same. I've never had a cat as an adult. But I can only imagine that there's probably some similarities. But like dogs really let you know if your schedule is out of whack.
Oh, for sure.
Because that means their schedule's out of whack, which means you're gonna know about it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've had some cats that are relaxed about it, but yeah, I've had others where it's like, it's 5. Where's the food? And they're mobbing you. 100%. 100%. Even my chinchilla is a little bit like that, which is kind of funny. Because like my wife gets up at like 3:00 in the morning most mornings to get ready to go to work because she opens at a Dunkin' Donuts most days. And so he has gotten very adjusted to this early morning breakfast. So on a morning that she doesn't have to be up at 3, he is bouncing all over that cage, causing a ton of ruckus by like 3:30, 4:00 in the morning. Like, where the hell are you people? So 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, because you got to think about it. They're running off an internal clock as where we run off of just whatever time we see on a clock. You know what I mean? So to them, they're more in tune to it. You know what I'm saying?
Even the fish in the tanks,
they're going
man.
off just like instincts or whatever, like feelings. They actually know what it feels like to be, hungry and probably full as well. Actually, like especially, like, man, I'm pretty high. What's the fucking word? Domesticated animals. There we are.
Yeah, I would agree. Like it's a different dynamic. I mean, I've also been that person who did not take care of their cat as well and had the very fat cat because we just let it graze all day. And some cats and dogs don't know when to stop. If it's there, they'll just keep eating.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, bro. It's excess. You know what I mean? You get anything in excess, you're gonna fucking indulge.
Yep. And then you get somewhere it's like there's still food in the bowl, but fuck you, I'm starving. There's no food.
Yeah. Dude, we have a couple dogs that if we had like one of those auto feed situations where it's just you fill up the fucking jug and it just like refills the bowl automatically, they'd eat that whole thing one sitting. No, I wouldn't even doubt it, dude.
I'm sure that like some cats won't graze. I'm sure that some cats will eat until they're sick, for sure. But I think that there's probably more dogs out there that would eat until they're sick than cats. Like, I don't know. I know that like Andy would eat himself sick.
I know.
Dude, if you like plop down like 10 cups of food, bruh, he would fucking
crazy.
eat that shit, bro. He would eat it.
Is he a speed
he would
eater
probably
too?
have fallen over and be eating it like on his side. Like that's how dedicated this dog is to eating food.
Will work for food, huh?
Yeah, dude. There's a couple of our dogs where when they were younger, we had to get them these little fucking puzzle bowl things, bro, to slow them down from eating because they'd fucking eat so fast they'd throw up.
I should probably get that for Indy.
Yep. They're useful too, man, because
Dude.
like the kibble falls into these little like channels and shit, so they actually have to work it out of the channels to get them and shit. Yeah, it's definitely very useful. Yeah.
It's
He
kind of
just
fun
goes in
watching
like
him eat.
carnal mode, bro. Like,
It's fun watching him eat out of him for the first time because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it's like I remember when I was still living with my father, we had his dog Ryder, and he was the Portuguese water dog. We got him this like Weeble Kong thing where we would just put his actual kibble rather than treats in it, so it'd be better for him inside that, and then send it out on the floor. And so the idea was that it wobbles, it never stays falling over, and there's this one little port that a piece of kibble can fall out of. And watching him just like work for it for 5 minutes until he could get a piece to pop out. And then he'll snack on it and then work for it for another 5 minutes so another piece pops up. Snack on it. Kept that dog busy for a solid 20, 30 minutes easy just to get 5, 6 pieces of little snacks out.
Yeah, have you seen those automatic ball launchers for dogs?
Yes.
oh yeah, where they like walk back, they put in this thing and it'll go through, and then it's like
and
poof.
it's like a little fucking baseball, like fucking launcher. If I can just shoot out.
Dude, that'd
tennis
be
balls
great
at
for people that wanted an active dog but might have like a disability where they can't throw or something or play
Mhm.
tug or whatever, right? So
or
like they
someone
need
who's
to.
just lazy as fuck and wants to sit there and just drink a beer and watch their dog run back and forth.
Yeah, I'd be cool. I'd be cool for the second one.
I'm gonna
I'd
say,
be
I
like,
mean,
yo, wait, I can just like chill, like smoke this and
yeah, how great
play
though
fetch.
is
It's awesome.
not even just for that perspective, but like if you train him to continuously return it, right? You could be doing things in the backyard, right? While he's keeping himself occupied with the ball launcher. You're both out there, you got your eye on him, but he's keeping himself occupied, minding his business, chasing the ball around, while you're getting things done over here, tending to these lovely vegetables in your garden that you're growing.
AKA weed.
Yes. Yes. I'm getting ready to make some fudge, boys. I think it's time. 'Tis the season.
Do it, bro.
I got all this weed from that last grow. Like it's time, and I think it's like I'm ready to start amending my soil so I can get these seeds popping because I need to start getting some of these guys going.
Dude, I want to grow a plant, but I just don't have the fucking space or uh attention for it at this time, dude.
Yeah, the attention part is definitely what I found to be the hardest thing, because like
Yeah, I spent a lot of time fucking checking on them and messing with them and doing, just making sure everything goes the way you want it to. Otherwise, they're not going to turn out exactly how you want it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Every time you do it, it's a whole new learning experience, and like that's the part that literally terrifies me and excites me about going back and doing it again. Is that like everything I learned in that last round, all the great advice I got from people who are like actual factual good growers within like the actual cannabis industry. Um, I get to put all of that new information into play, which is amazing. But then now all of that is going to create a whole new set of variables that I'm about to learn about. So I'm like, oh man, this is scary. I'm not going to be
Excited.
stupid this time. I'm only going to do like 3 or 4 plants instead of like 11 and filling my whole tent like an idiot.
Yeah, dude, because even if you do like smaller plants, you just let them bushel out, you know what I mean?
Well,
You can get a good
That's
crop
my
out of it.
hope, is that by doing like just say 3 or 4, I can maximize those 4 in my space rather
Just fuck-
than
Just keep fucking topping them, bro.
exactly, and just
build
get them to
out.
spread out.
Yeah. Dude, side note, I grabbed a couple of these the other day, bro. And after you told me what they are, I can taste it now.
What's
Right?
that? It's a mystery.
No, the red cherry.
Well, it's the mystery Mountain Dew, but like it's like the cherry airhead. I could taste it.
Oh,
I could taste it.
Yep. Because like in the past, it's always like the mystery flavor was like candy corn or like gummy bears. You know, it was just a
Weird.
but it was like a
Generic.
nondescript generic candy type. This is the first time that they were able to team up with an actual candy maker to replicate their flavor. And I got to give them credit because I think it really does accurately replicate
It's a
the
trip,
flavor.
dude. Because like it doesn't taste like it at first. It's more kind of like citrusy, like on the first sip, but like as it settles on your tongue, you get like that kind of like candy cherry flavor that like Airhead is known for. Because their cherry is very distinct.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it kind of has like that Airhead.
Yeah, like that's what
Like
I was going to say.
flavor,
That
you know what I
Airhead
mean?
taffy flavor.
Yeah, like because it's kind of like gritty, but it's hard to explain. It's obviously it's not, the soda's not gritty, but it gives you that sort of taste
Yeah.
that you would get from an Airhead. You know, it's weird, but I like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
pretty
tell
fucking
if I
cool.
did the first time I had it, but now that I've had like this will be my third one. I dig it.
Yep. Another successful innovation on the part of the flavor team. And speaking of the Mountain Dew flavor team, did you know Baja Blast hot sauce is a thing?
Yeah, I've
no.
seen it. I've seen it around.
I'm dumb enough to try it.
I don't know if I want to. I don't think I will. I'm more interested in the gelato. I don't know if that's ever going to be like a, restaurant wide thing or not, but I want to check it out.
Yeah, a gelato made with Baja might be
Just
very
think about just
interesting.
turning that into a float, bro. Just put that gelato into some Baja and then just, you know what I mean?
I'm thinking this way. I've
or
had
drop that shit into like a pineapple Fanta.
ooh.
Dude, Papa Fit is pretty good.
Ooh, but could you imagine that with a little Baja Blast gelato inside of it, dude? That would be fucking fire.
Yo, Baja, get the
Dude.
Baja and put it in a mango Warritos.
Ooh, that could
Dude, I was just gonna say the pineapple Warritos, dude,
Oh, the
that is
pineapple one?
legit
Yeah,
fucking pop,
boy.
dude. Like that's so good.
Even the tamarind one.
I was just gonna say that, bro.
Oh man. You get the fucking variety pack there of the Warritos with all the main flavors, and then just make one of each. That would be
Dude.
so fire. So fire.
Oh, dude, and then you want to take it next level and you want to do like a little spiked version. Just put one of those little hard Mountain Dews in there, bro.
Yeah, I just noticed them. They're available at this little gas station up by my work. So
Oh, have you grabbed one yet?
I haven't stopped in and grabbed one yet.
You
but
have to
I've-
check. I want you to. You don't have to like fucking go crazy with them. I want you to at least try it.
I mean, I am curious enough that like if I can get a single,
I think yeah. If you can, you should be able to just buy one because they come in tall cans, so you can just get one tall
like,
boy.
I saw the little like whatever it is, the 6-pack or 4-pack box that they've got like sitting out, and I was like, what is? Oh, they've got them here. So I'm gonna have to see if they've actually got them in singles available because I am curious enough to see like, does the Baja really taste like Baja?
It does, but it's just got that maltiness that you get from a malt beverage. You know what I mean? So it's like Baja with a little bit of malt.
She could,
You know what I'm saying?
it's Baja with a side of heartburn.
Kinda, yeah. But dude, they're surprisingly good. Even this, like the standard one, wasn't bad at all either. Like obviously, it tastes like in a hard, Mountain Dew or whatever. So you're gonna get like the alcohol flavor and like the kind of maltiness.
You're getting the Mountain Dew Mike's Hard.
Yeah, but like they weren't bad, dude.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. Like I said, like I'm crazy enough. I would totally try the Baja hot sauce because in my head I'm thinking I like mango hobs. I've had like pineapple hob and pineapple jalapenos. things
Well,
like
it's
that.
also just like thinking about it like this for people that, eat something with hot sauce and then take a swig of the Baja after, and the combination of the hot sauce bite that you just took plus the sip of the Baja that you have, or the guys that are bite and sip guys, where you take a bite and sip a drink with your bite still in your mouth. I don't know how many people do that. Question. Are you guys that type of person? Will you take a bite and then take a sip of a drink while the bite is still in your mouth, or will you finish your bite and then take a drink?
I'm almost repulsed at the idea of the fluid in my mouth with food still there. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I couldn't do it. Like, I'm literally like getting like the chills thinking about even trying.
What about you, Chris?
Sorry, what was that?
So are you the type of person that will take a bite of something and then take a sip of your drink while the bite is still in your mouth? Or will you finish your bite and then take a sip of your drink?
I think that like the only time that I might do that would be like if I was like eating Skittles and I had like a pop. I might like not have every last morsel of skill out of my mouth. And I do it, but like, nah, dude, I would never like take a bite of a burger and then like chew it twice and then take a sip of a Coke. No, I would never do that.
Because there's people out there that
That's the
No, I
thing,
know
like,
that. I know that.
and
Like,
because I'm with
yes,
you guys. I
I'm
finish my
out,
bite
but
and then I take a drink, but there may be the rare occasion where I might have a little bit of something in my mouth, but I just take the
yeah.
drink just to clear the palate,
point.
sort of
Exactly.
thing.
That's the point of
But
taking
it's never
the
with
drink.
there's no point where I've got a full like cheek full of like whatever, and then I'm gonna take a swig of whatever it is. Okay, there are a few instances though. Like maybe if I'm like having a donut, I might take a sip of my coffee. But that's also because I would also dip my donut in the coffee. So it's like it's the same situation. So like those situations I might be more okay with it. But like majority of the
I can
like
see your situation with the donut.
or if I'm
sure.
like having like chocolate cake or something and I've got like either some coffee, or some people like to have a glass of milk while they eat chocolate cake, because I don't know why, but chocolate and milk just they go well together.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
milk totally
Dude, any
quashes
cake,
that
bro.
palate.
Vanilla cake's great with milk. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's so like sometimes with those or like a brownie situation, I
Oh.
might do that. But that's the only time. Never with like any other types of food do I really ever do that.
I almost, as weird as it is, like I will get a drink, let's say at a restaurant or something, but I almost do not drink during the meal.
Yeah, I might. The only time I will is if I'm gonna sit back for a second and like take a breather, because like I might have like gone a little too hard, and just like went fucking heavy, and I need a second for like everything to kind of settle. So might sit back and take like a little sip, but I'm not gonna.
Or of
sit
course,
there
if
and,
I'm
like,
being a savage and I'm eating like something that's extra spicy,
yeah,
then,
like some
I
fucking
might
spicy
do
wings or
that
some
same
shit.
thing.
Yeah,
Sit back for a minute, take a sip of my drink. But for the most part, like even if I have a drink, I am less likely to drink during the meal and more likely to, once I've finished my plate,
Yeah, it'll
then
be
have some of my beverage.
for me. It'll usually be in between like finishing a portion of something. You know what I mean? So like if I like, there's times where I'll go to like Burger King, McDonald's, or something on a lunch break, and I'll get like 2 cheeseburgers. I'll smack one cheeseburger, take like a sip or two, and then smack the next one. But I'm not taking drinks in between bites of that same burger.
Right.
There are times
Agreed.
too where I sit down for dinner and I'll grab something to drink, and I won't even pick it up until my plate is cleared. So it's just depending,
Like totally.
Dude, there's times that I've
home.
never even touched a drink until like I'm literally done eating too. Like I might take a sip before I eat. Like I'll take a sip, maybe
Wet the
two,
palate.
put it down, then eat, and then I'll pick it up after like everything. Probably like be vaping and drinking my drink.
There's actually some there's good reason not to drink during your meal like that anyhow too, because obviously most people are drinking a cooler beverage, and when you drink a cold beverage while you're eating food, it's a thermogenic process to break down the food in your stomach. And so when you're eating this food and you're having to generate this warmth in your stomach to start to break down the food in the digestive process, and then you're introducing a cold fluid into all of that, you're diluting the stomach acids and you're slowing that thermogenic process down by cooling your stomach down. So you're actually making it harder for your stomach to digest that food, which is leading to bloating, weight gain, things like that. Things that, that genuine uncomfortable feeling after a meal that some people end up with that you just don't like. And I think it speaks volumes to that old-fashioned after dinner coffee trend that kind of just like vanished, and how that really that warm beverage, a cup of tea or a cup of coffee after a meal, helps to aid the digestive process instead of slow it down. So that way you're not going to bed with, a heavy stomach, which is no good for anybody.
Interesting.
Science. It's one of the fun things about my job is that I get a lot of downtime some days. So in that downtime, I like read really interesting shit, like from different publications about like health and weight gain and weight loss and muscle building. And then I'll read like political stuff, and then I'll read like all sorts of other weird things, science stuff about like the meteors. And like, have you guys seen anything about this? We've collected samples of an asteroid and actually have them back on Earth.
Oh, did you also hear that apparently when they went to collect the samples, come to find out it wasn't solid? It was just a bunch of shit, just like
there's
it's
signs
great.
of actual like organic life that was left on the collection vessel.
I didn't hear that part. I just saw the part where they went to collect the sample, and when they plunged into the surface, all of a sudden it just broke apart into like a bunch of tiny pieces and shit.
Like there's a lot of interesting shit about that. There's been some really cool things going on in science, which excites me a lot. We've come really close to creating new forms of energy recently. So like we may be on to some interesting breakthroughs, but then on the flip of that, we are also closer on the cusp of World War III than we've ever been in our lifetime. So
The world's a crazy place,
yeah,
man.
like we could advance the human race or destroy it all in a blink of an eye. Tune in next week to find out.
Yeah, shit's fucking crazy, bro. I don't even know, like, honestly, I know like 1%. I wouldn't even feel comfortable like talking about it really, like, as in, like, I'll listen to
I'm
it,
not,
whatever, but like, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I know that shit's crazy out there.
I don't claim to be any expert on the topic whatsoever. I just know what I've seen on the social medias and news and whatnot.
And that's the thing, right? Is
none of it looks good, bro. None of it looks good.
No matter what way you slice it, things are crazy right now. Things are crazy, and I just want this world to remember that a little bit of kindness can really go a long goddamn way. You don't know what a person is really going through. At the end of the day, every one of us, we've all got our own complex lives. And, that person that, may seem like they're being ignorant or disrespectful towards you, they may not even realize what's going on. They may be completely, so wrapped up in their own world that they don't even recognize their own attitude. It needs an adjustment. So, a little bit of patience and a little bit of kindness in this world could really go a long way. And I hope that we can inspire people to, just once again, do one good, kind deed for people, when possible, whether it's, letting somebody out in traffic, whether it's, I don't know, just holding the door for somebody, smiling, giving somebody a compliment, whatever it might be. I mean, maybe you're in the gym and you're like, "Hey, man, nice cock." Maybe don't do that. That could get you beat up.
Let's not do that.
There can be some aggressive attitudes.
Yeah,
from
that might be a bad idea. Don't do that.
As hilarious as that would be.
If you try that and get away with it,
send us an email.
Send us an email
at shedtime.com, and
I need to hear your story. My God.
There's somebody out there that would do that though, for sure.
I literally just saw this clip. This kid, he's sitting there and he's in a group chat like this of some kind, and he's like, why can't we?
I just seen this today.
Just compliment each other's cocks, and then his mom's literally standing right behind him.
Oh, hi, mom! Literally right after he finished saying cocks. Oh, hi, mom. He's like, yeah, why can't we as bros compliment each other's cocks? Oh, hi, mom. And then it just starts dying, dude.
Oh my God. Shout out to that mom for her keeping cool, at least in the clip as far as we can see. Oh my God. That shit had me in stitches this morning.
Dude, sometimes when like I come across videos like that, like I often wonder, be like, is this just like, hey mom, like I'm gonna say a bunch of wild shit, like just be ready, I'll be recording, don't worry. And like, do you know what I mean? Like, or do you think that it's like all just, you know what I
let me
mean?
ask
Like
you this,
sometimes
Chris.
I'm like, I don't know if it's which one.
How many times like?
I
I'll
would
tell
never
you what,
said that
bro.
for my mom. No.
No, but I'll tell you what. We've talked about some crazy shit in Discord, and just say like you were a teenage kid and you had the access to Discord at the time, and you were in your room or whatever. I think it's be pretty likely that at some point someone's gonna walk in while you guys are talking about some crazy shit, because it's happened to me here, where like someone's peeked their head in, like my sister or something, and we're talking about some weird shit, dude.
Yep.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah.
So
like my perspective is like, is somebody else screen capturing it? You know what I mean? And they're like, oh shit, I got this beautiful clip. This is gold. And that's what ends up going out. But I agree, there is always that suspicion. How much of this is staged just for clicks?
dude, I never realized this, but this jar, even though it looks black, when you put it up to the light, it's actually a really, really dark blue.
This stoner moment brought to you by cannabis.
Yeah. Brought to you by Panacea, melted strawberry bagel.
Dude, shout out to Panacea. I love Panacea.
Dude, they have some really good stuff, dude.
That is the national hand of one of my favorites out here, Nature's Heritage.
Yeah,
so
they got their cool little stamp guy that they have on all their packaging, depending on like what it is. This one just so happens to be purple, but it's normally red.
I will say, with the Nature's Heritage Company, which obviously the way that all this kind of thing works out, you know, Nature's Heritage starts a brand out here. They team up with Panacea Wellness and everything, and now that's their representative. One of the things that they've done is they've taken this mascot, this little rabbit, and they've hidden it in all of their promotional material. And I think that's brilliant, because you can literally sit there and stare at these like beautiful pieces of scenery that they create for their promotional material, and literally play a Where's Waldo game to find him. Yeah, here for an example, where's my let me get my focus for our friends at home so they can go ahead and see this. This is their rolling paper packaging. Does my focus want to work today? Okay, hold on, let's reset my focus and we'll get this working. Are we really playing games today, camera? We are. All right, cool. I got you. There we go. So yeah, you can see here, get this beautiful forest scene. Somewhere hidden in here is that rabbit.
Okay.
Don't ask me where it is. I've never spent any time looking at this thing to find him. I did just find a person by quickly looking at it. So there's already more going on in here than I realized. But yeah, I think that shit's clever, because I'm that kind of pothead that would get stoned and stare at something like this long enough, now that I know that it's there, to find it. It reminds me of you remember those 3D picture books from back in the day?
3D picture books.
It would be this like weird just pattern of squiggly lines and shit, and you would have to stare at it. And once you stared at it long enough, this 3D image would appear.
No, I don't think I ever got.
Do you remember
any of
these things
those.
at all, Chris? They were huge back in the 90s.
What's that?
Those 3D picture books where you would like stare at this like weird abstract image until a 3D
Oh yeah,
image
like all
appeared.
the little dots everywhere, or whatever. It just looked like a bunch of like sand, like colored sand on like a page, and then you'd stare at it, and then all of a sudden, like this, like
Yeah, like it'd be
3D
like an
image
elephant
appeared.
or some shit would appear.
Yeah, I can remember those. I remember it took me a really long time to figure out how to see them, and then once I like finally it clicked, it was like I could see it in like a second. I just look at it, I could like out focus my eyes, and I could just
Now that I'm a pothead, I want those back. I just want to get
dude, you
stoned.
guarantee it. I just don't know what was that even called. Do you know
I
what
think
that's
they
even
were just
called?
called 3D picture books. Hold up, I got a Google open. I'm about to Google it now. 3D picture. Or no. It was 3D Magic Eye. Yes, 3D Magic Eye book series. That's exactly what it was called. Can we still buy these things? Apparently, maybe. All right, so for I'm gonna cry. Hold on. Where I gotta screen share this for you guys. This is the most retro 90s website I have seen in the longest friggin' time. I feel like I'm surfing the internet on Netscape right now, boys.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Holy crap. And they still exist. This is the Magic Eye company. And here's your Magic Eye image of the week. It's supposed to be a rhino charging, I guess. But yeah, we're supposed to stare at this guy and the 3D image will appear. But I'm wondering. Here we go. Books. Can we still buy these books? They're from Provincetown, Massachusetts. I had no idea that this was a local thing. Oh my God, they made Harry Potter ones?
Dude, better get your order on, bro.
Disney, Spider-Man, Looney
Garfield.
Tunes.
Oh, dude, that's an animated series too, bro. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Dude, 1995 Star Wars 3D calendar. Let's go.
Sign me up.
It came with the ill tie.
Dude, I need it. I want it. I
How
want
sick.
the tie.
I could
I'm wearing
totally
my
fuck with
next-
one of these coffee mugs. I'm about that.
Where can you order these? Can you shop? Right there. On the top.
What can we buy now? Dude, this thing also runs as slow as if it were still on Netscape, which is amazing. Magic
Mail
Eye
or-
wall calendar for 2024. Wow.
The U.S. mail order store is temporarily closed due to working remote.
But our print
Wow,
on
that's,
demand
like,
mail
not
order is
updated yet?
always open. That's sad.
Dude,
But
I really felt like that would have been updated by now. Like that
it
must
looks
be
like I can
old.
order the book though on Amazon. So at least we can get the coffee table book 25th anniversary edition as a coffee table.
Oh, dude, 11 by 11 too, man.
That's so let's go ahead and take a look at this Amazon link. see what's going on with the price on this. What are we paying? $19 for a hardcover Magic iBook.
So we placing the order, Sean, or what?
Man, look at this. We can go $40.91 and get 3 of them.
Ooh,
Holy
bargain.
smokes. We can get the big guy used it shows here for $13.45. Wow. I'm amazed that the Magic Eye books are still. What is that? Ultimate Waldo Watcher Collection.
Oh, dude, I need that. I need it, Sean.
The hardest hidden
$32.99.
pictures. Wow, there's a hardest picture or hidden picture book ever. That's it's gotta be pretty hard.
Dude, honestly,
Pretty big
anything
claim.
hidden in picture book, any hidden picture book back in the day was my shit. You guys remember I Spy books?
Oh my god, the
I
I
really
Spy
remember
books.
Where's Waldo, but I don't know if I remember that.
Dude, the I Spy books were huge when I was in elementary school.
Let's take a look at the hardest hidden picture book ever.
Yeah, it's only $5.38.
Dude, well, shit. Just tack it onto the Waldo, bro.
We may be doing this. We may be getting some. Oh my god, it's a highlights brand at that, which means it's gonna be super easy. Can we get an example of some hidden picture scenarios here, please? Can I get a close up?
Oh, dude, I remembered this book.
1,500 plus objects to find. Dang.
Yeah, between all of the puzzles, dude,
I
I'm
remember.
having flashbacks of doctors'
remember
offices
this.
as a child.
Yeah, I remember this book.
Yeah, dude.
I spent many of time in waiting rooms in either doctors'
Yo.
offices or hospitals as a child, and they had these books.
Wow, talk about a flashback. Yo,
Oh, they got a spiral bound one, bro.
we got a spiral bound one.
I wonder if it's bigger.
Pet Pals puzzles.
Yo, did you guys ever get into like crosswords?
Dude, I wasn't into crosswords, but I was heavy word search guy.
Yeah.
Heavy into word searches, bro.
I
That was my shit. When I used to get those in school, bro, I would ask everybody to just give me theirs, and so I could do them. I would do everybody's.
I didn't like either of those, but I was a big Mad Libs fan.
I didn't really like Mad Libs. I didn't like crosswords because I wasn't really good at spelling. But like, if the word was there, like I had methods to where like I'd literally go line by line, like block status until I found sequences of letters, and then I'd fucking look over to the side as I was doing it to find the words. Bro, dude, I had it down to a science, bro, as a young child. But I also that was another thing that I would do, like when I was like in the doctor's office or like chilling in a hospital or chilling at home because I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, I didn't get into those. Like I didn't get into
I think it's because
Sudoku.
I think it was because my grandma did it because she got me into word searches and got me into solitaire.
I definitely
used to
played a
play-
lot of solitaire. as
Dude,
a
I
kid.
play a lot of solitaire, bro. I still every now and then, like the only game on my phone that gets any play is the solitaire app. And I've got, dude, I'm so
Yeah.
good at this game. Well, I don't think I will say I'm good, but like I've gotten to the point where I can finish a game in under a minute.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like not horrible at solitaire, but like it'll take me a few minutes. I've never really practiced, but like
And I also make sure that I do it without like taking back any moves. You know what I mean? Like no reverses. So it's just like whatever plays. I will say this, I don't win every game, but the games that I do win are fairly fast.
Well, and that's
You know
the
what I
thing,
mean?
right? It's like when you've played enough, you start to really like be able to suss it out. Like you can look at it and be like, "There's no way this is going to be a winning hand."
Well, just knowing what's on the board beforehand, like lets you know about how many moves you're going to be able to do and open up some spaces before you even have to touch the deck. If you have to touch the deck off top, you're not going to win the game.
Yep.
You need to be able to make like at least 3 or 4 moves, or at least clear one space to where if you do hit the deck and you at least get a king, so you can at least lay one of your kings down, so that whenever a queen pops up, you already have one stack creating. So you could hopefully clear off some other spaces, because it's not so much clearing the deck as it is you got to clear the board first, and then the deck will clear itself.
Yep, I agree. I was also a huge fan of Mahjong Solitaire.
Dude,
As a
I just
kid
like
growing up.
Mahjong too. Just
Yeah,
straight like
the
this
straight up
little block
Mahjong
game.
tiles, just
My dad was into that. Me and him would play that.
such a fun game and
I just
super
like puzzle
soothing.
games, dude. Any puzzle game I was really into as a kid, like that, or like Bejeweled was the thing I really liked for a long time. You guys
Remember
ever
when
play Bejeweled?
Yeah, remember when Snood first popped off?
I don't know, Snood.
So Snood is what you're familiar with as it's just like your classic bubble popper game.
Yeah.
Now,
Dude, you remember like the ones? It was this. I think it was called like Dino something, Dino eggs or some shit, where like you'd have different colored Dino eggs,
and
and you have
you had
this
to
fucking
match one
slingshot.
and clear them.
Yeah, dude. Those ones were fun.
So
Is that pretty much what that was?
That Snood was like one of the early games with that kind of an idea on the internet. And like I can remember back in my like middle school days, you'd spend like hours playing your Napster songs that you downloaded while playing Snood and talking to your friends on AIM.
Or Minesweeper.
Oh yes, fuck Minesweeper, dude. That game's so hard.
Yeah, I never won that game. Never.
I understand how it works and still can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Although I played the shit out of the old Asteroids Pinball.
Dude,
Or Space Cadet, whatever it was
yeah,
called. Yeah, Space Cadet Pinball.
And then at one point they dropped like the different machines where you could like switch up machines. Did you ever do that one?
No.
Yeah, I think it was like a newer version of it at one point. Because like there's always pinball on my computer too. But there's a point where like they had one with different machines with like different themes and stuff. And dude, that one was sick.
I've been playing a lot of pinball on the phone actually, because I found one that's all the actual Williams Bally's tables. So like
sick.
yeah, like so like
you got like the old Kiss board.
So not that heavy, but like the one that they'll make you buy is the big one, is the Indiana Jones table.
Oh, okay.
But like you can unlock Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Whitewater, which was like the Bigfoot one that they did, the Fun House, shit like that. So I've been playing the hell out of that, and god damn it, man, pinball needs to make a comeback. That game is so much fun. I think I've said it on here before, but I'm going to say it again. We need a weed lounge. It's like old school arcade cabinets, pinball machines, and like a stoner lounge.
It'd be so sick. I'm sure they got something like that in Vegas by now. They'd have to.
It would make sense, you know what I mean? Like it's a little adult arcade.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Vegas, have you guys seen like what these shows are looking like inside the MGM sphere?
I've only seen like 1 or 2 clips of like the very first one. Dude, but that shit's cool as hell.
That shit's nuts. Because you remember seeing that while we were in Vegas, right, Chris? That big old dome thing that they were building?
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the images of that shit all lit up and stuff now?
No.
Yeah, like it's fully operational. You can go in and like watch a whole show from the inside, like an IMAX theater.
Oh, okay. So then, yes, I have, but I don't know if I've actually seen what it really looks like, or I've just seen a bunch of like memes where people have taken the ball and put like their own images on the ball.
Yeah, because both are possible.
Yes, I don't actually know.
Well, that's the thing, right? With AI manipulation in things like Photoshop, it's literally so easy to make.
All right, so this is what like the U2 show looks like. Oh shit. This is like just like the big ass wall behind him. Or I guess we just
look at that dude with the friggin' eyeball just staring at the world.
Let me turn this down a little bit.
I love the inherently creepy yet wonderfully awesomeness of the giant eyeball.
Thank you for the ad. I'm just gonna skip. Turn this off too.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, like they can put all sorts of different stuff on the inside and outside screens.
This is what's inside too.
Dude, this is just like this is just like another one of those things that just shows you like the tech and the money in this planet can blow you fucking away. You know what I mean? Like that's all that this video just proving to me once yet again. Like it's just like, hey, look, this is wild. You live in a wild time. Like, dude, look at that.
Yeah. You can have
I wonder what
full-on-
this sounds like in there.
Dude, it's probably crazy because they have a super sophisticated sound system and the seats have haptic feedback.
and in a sphere
Dude, look
shape
at
like that, like that room being shaped the way it is, it's designed in such a fashion that acoustically it's going to sound amazing. Like,
I'm trying to remember. I think that there's a place in Toronto that has like that type shit. Like that kind of a screen where like you're sitting and it's like the whole screen. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, man. The Cinesphere? Maybe it's the Cinesphere at Ontario Place. I can't actually remember, but it's not quite to that level. Like obviously it's like I went there as a kid, so like the technology is like nothing like that, but like it's the same rough idea. It's like the primitive version, I guess.
yeah, like we have a few like we have the Omni Theater here in Boston at the Museum of Science, which is something similar where it's like a huge, giant, immense, like 180-degree visual screen. And that's where they'll do like the what was it? They did the like that BBC nature film or whatever on a lot of those. They do them in like the IMAX movie theaters and stuff like that. Um, it's a
Dude,
cool experience, and I'd love
Could
to
you imagine
experience
like
some shit
seeing a
like that.
movie like that, bro?
Well, when you go to an IMAX, like it's kind of like that, but it's not necessarily like
No,
that.
I feel like that would be way more intense.
Well, that's
'cause I
like
feel
that's
like
literally
you'd
got
be in
haptic
it.
feedback. So like you go watch like Transformers and with all or like any Michael Bay explosive situation
Them
like
seats is
that,
moving, bro.
you're gonna rumble. Like, dude, how dope would that
Yeah,
be?
no, that'd be like way more cool. Actually, so I do remember, I think it is called Cinesphere, and I remember going there as a kid. Do you guys remember Cliffhanger, the movie with Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that at that place, and it was crazy. Like it was pretty crazy. Um, I can only imagine how much more crazy it would have been if the seats moved and shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's like when I went and saw the first Avatar, I went and saw it in 3D IMAX, bro, and it blew my fucking brain. Like, dude, I couldn't. I was a small child too, so I was just like, dude, this is fucking crazy. It was even before I was smoking weed, dude. If I saw that when I was high for the first time, dude,
Yeah.
whoa.
I did
I'll tell you what though, I did it when I went and saw the second one, dude, and that shit was fucking awesome.
I was lit like that for a 3D IMAX of the Johnny Depp Alice in Wonderland that they did, that like Tim Burton fucking one.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That one's weird.
high as hell 3D IMAX. That shit was a trip.
Yeah, it's just that movie's just a trip in general because Tim
Well,
Burton's just a trip.
Tim Burton took it the way that the original writings
Yeah.
really
Kind
meant
of
it
like
to be
more
very
acid
dark.
trip. Yeah, more acid trippy, I feel.
Yeah,
as
like it's
far
a
as-
very dark story when you read the original writings of Alice in Wonderland. So it's kind of cool to see it portrayed
the
that
story
way.
was pretty cool. Yeah, I'll give it that. Like honestly, it was a pretty decent movie.
I never did see its sequel though.
No, I didn't either. The first
The Through the Looking Glass or whatever it's called.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called anymore, but yeah, there was a sequel to it. And I never did see it. But as is often the case, it just didn't garner the same interest as the original because it's not the Alice in Wonderland Disney story that we all know taken in a new direction, if you will.
Oh, dude. This really doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about, but it just popped into my head because I started scrolling around on my YouTube window just because it was there. I was watching an episode of Drink Champs the other day. It's like Nori and DJ EFN. They do like a podcast with like all hip hop legends and shit. And Method Man was on there, and then he was talking about like his first solo track like on Protect Your Neck and like how he was like coming up with his like rhymes and shit. And then he like started like talking about how he came up with the
I saw this clip. Yes,
man. And he's talking about how he got it from like the Stones and like the Beatles and like Hall and Oates. And like he just combined these three like little snippets of their song to create that line for that fucking track. And like, dude, that's fucking nuts. Because when he breaks it down, I'm like, okay, I see it. There it is. Okay.
It's so cool because there's a similar story where Michael Jackson actually reaches out to Daryl Hall and apologizes for stealing from one of Hall and Oates' songs. And it was something to do with the way that they did something in that Hall and Oates song. Michael Jackson was so moved by it, he wanted to do it his way on a track. And it became a huge hit. And so like they ran into each other at an award ceremony, and he was like, "Hey, I just want to, apologize for stealing from this track." And Daryl Hall's like, "Wait a minute. You stole from that track? How? Where? I didn't even notice." But it was just the level of inspiration that Michael took from it was like that same idea where he's like, "I'm gonna take this little bit, do it my way, and I've made something new out of it." It's like punch my microphone.
Dude, if I could do like the hee then I would have done it right there. Yeah, but I would have done a horrible job. So I just
give it a try.
I paused on it and I was like, I don't know.
Try one time. Give it to me one time.
Excuse me. This is gonna be really bad. Hee. No, that's exactly what I thought I was gonna. I can't really hit like that high,
dude.
Like that's like the highest I can.
I wanna see.
High, bro.
You gotta get up there, bro. You gotta fucking grab him.
I want to see a cartoon Michael Jackson hitting your hee hee.
Hee.
That reminded me of the swings at the playground. Hee hee.
Dude, swings, bro. You guys ever do backflips off the swing?
Yes, that's the only time I could do a backflip.
No, I never fucked with any of that shit.
Or try to see how far you could jump.
Dude, I can remember when I was probably like 6 years old, one of my friends jumped off the swings and fucking broke his arm, and I was like, dude, I'm good. Like, do you know how much fun you miss out on when you have a cast on? It's horrible, especially when you're a kid. Dude, I had to like live a whole summer where I couldn't ride my bike. I couldn't fucking go on like fucking hikes for a day. Like me and my friends used to go for like hikes all day. We would just like go somewhere. We'd like set up a campsite, whatever, on like a weekend.
Dude.
Just fucking, I couldn't do any of that shit, bro. It was horrible.
Trust me, I know that feeling, bro, because that happened to me for 2 years of my life as a young child.
Yeah, it wasn't 2 years for me, thankfully, but it took like everything, bro.
There was a year where I wasn't even allowed to walk.
Yeah, I never fucked myself up that bad.
I didn't fuck.
I know I didn't have any situations like yours.
I was
stocked that way,
dude. I was born that way, bro. I was fucked.
Right
yeah.
It showed up a little later than birth, but like, yeah, dude, it was a bummer, bro. I'll
But-
tell you what though,
Yeah.
like being in a wheelchair for that long wasn't all that bad. You know, like as a kid, like I took advantage of it for the most part. You know, I could get anywhere I wanted to go pretty fucking quick if there's any sort of incline.
True that.
Have I told you guys the story about how I got the nickname Speed Racer as a young child?
I think I
No.
did, but honestly, dude, I don't remember enough. I just remember it's like school from school. That's all I
Yeah.
can remember.
Yeah, well, the campus at my elementary school, like the cafeteria was like up at like the top, and there's like this hill down like the exit of the cafeteria, and like you could like I could take it all the way pretty much down to the end of the back portable area where they had all the portable classrooms, and I'd just come out and I'd give myself 2 or 3 good pushes down that fucking hill, bro, and then just let her rip, dude, and just fucking coast from the top of that hill to as far as I could go. Because it was just like a challenge to me. How far can I go this time without after the 3 pushes?
Like, fuck it, I can't ride a bike like this. I'm just gonna send it in the
I couldn't do
wheelchair.
it. I couldn't do anything, bro. But I still wasn't an adrenaline junkie, so I wanted to, see how fast I could go. And I hit a kid one time. The funny thing is like by the time we stopped, he wasn't all that upset. He's just like, oh well, hey, thanks for the ride, because like I hit him and he fucking just like fell into my lap, and we just kind of kept going. And then by the time we stopped, he got up and he's like, oh well, hey, thanks for the ride. And he wasn't all that mad, but the teachers like were all pissed off about it, called my mom, and then they told her that she has to do something about it because she can't have me out. They can't have me out there doing that and possibly hitting somebody else. So my mom threatened, or then they and my mom got together and told me that I would either have to wear a seatbelt or a helmet if I was going to continue to keep doing this.
Oh my god, dude!
And that was
Wheelchair and a helmet, pass.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. All right, I'll stop.
Yeah.
But one of the teachers after that would just call me Speed Racer all the time because he just from that incident.
Oh my god, that's gold.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a different kind of hell raising in elementary school than.
Oh, dude, I was a fucking bat out of hell, dude.
Like I was a bastard in elementary school. I started out as a bad seed. Like
oh yeah, and then after that I wasn't that great either because dude, by the time I got to like 5th grade, I was really into soccer for some reason. Probably because I was able to actually run and shit. So anything that I could actually like run and do, like I was all into it because I wasn't able to do it for so long. So like I'd be out there on like lunch, and they had like a whistle system. So they would have like these what they call proctors. So like these like volunteers out on around the fucking school that like at a certain time every day during like the lunch period, they blow a whistle and hold up numbers to tell you like what, okay, this is the end of your lunch recess or whatever. It's time to go back to class sort of thing. And I would always stay out way past when my whistle was because I wanted to keep playing soccer, and I'd come in like 30 minutes late after
dang, bro.
And dude, I would get in so much fucking trouble, bro, that I'd have to write standards. Whereas like I will not be tardy again, and I'd have to write it like fucking 50 times.
Oh shit, you'd get the chalkboard treatment?
No, it wasn't even chalkboard. Like I just have to sit there at my desk and write out these fucking standards like during recess, like the next few days after that. And
our recesses in elementary school were structured like that. So like you couldn't sneak that out, but I was a little bastard and like I would cause fights even early on. I mean, I mentioned it on the Creed Room. I was the first 2nd grader to get suspended from my elementary school ever because I fought over a rock with this little girl who I wound up in the future being friends with over it because it's just hysterical in hindsight. But yeah, like her and I literally got into a full-on fist fight over a rock in the playground.
Did she get suspended too?
Nope.
That's bullshit.
Yo, it's all right. She had her own set of fucked up situations happen at that school.
No, but fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of bullshit. Like, why the fuck would you get you're fucking in grade 1, bro. You're a 6-year-old kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you get suspended and she doesn't. Like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because boys don't hit girls, and so that was the attitude. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's sexist, bro.
I don't disagree, but we're talking the early '90s too, right? Like,
Yeah, and I'm not even like extremely, equal rights, like, or whatever. Like, I am. I'm for equal rights. I'm not like I'm not. I'm pretty high, so I'm not really saying what I want to say properly. But I'm not like
you're not like a
archaic.
feminist, like,
Yeah, but I'm also not like a super feminist. I just think like that's kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
I
I'm
mean,
definitely not one for like as as you're older, but like you're 6 years old.
it's the thing, right? Like, it's crazy, but it is what it is. Like, I remember punishment on your recess would just be like there was a wall and you'd have to sit at the wall. You couldn't actually go play. So like to actually get into like a full on drag out fight like that is crazy.
Dude, I got lunch detention one time because I told this kid to fuck off, but he was cursing at me first, and he went and told on me and said that I told them that I said a bad word, and I ended up getting lunch detention even though he was cussing at me first, and I just wanted him to go away. But I got in trouble for it, and then I had to get lunch detention, and the whole time he was sitting at the table and just laughing at me, bro, while I had to like sit there and like sweep up the cafeteria.
Fucking hated kids like that,
Dude,
man.
yeah, he was doing it first, but of course I got caught because I followed,
Yep.
and he was the first to tell instead of me just being the smart one, and I should just go tell on him. But no, I wasn't a rat. Because snitches get stitches,
It's
bro.
it.
And I
Rules
knew
of the
that.
playground.
I knew that at a young age, bro. You don't tattletale.
Exactly. No one likes a tattletale, man. It's the rule of the playground. Dude, I remember catching a fat lip on the playground just from playing tag, and catching one right in the face.
I caught one from dodgeball one time, dude. But I was also a very small child, so I was usually the target most games because I was, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was just a bully thing. Like, oh, let's pick on the small
Dude,
kid.
Kids are fucking cruel when
They're brutal, bro, for sure. Like, I think back and it's just like, man, why did I? Because I was also a very, very timid child, so that's probably why I feel like people got away with it a lot more with me. Because like I was totally not into confrontation. Like I was very fucking, like I said, just timid. I always was afraid of it. I would get beat up if I would get into a fight or anything. Because like I said, I was small and I always felt frail because of all my fucking illnesses and shit. So my mom really is the one that made me feel like I was frail, and if I were to get hit I would die or some shit. That because I wanted to play football, and she's like, you can't play football because if someone hits you in your chest too hard, your heart could stop or some shit. And well, that honestly could happen.
That could happen to anybody.
Yeah. But like she made it like more of an emphasis with me, so like she really didn't want me doing anything high contact.
Your mom was just like throwing that extra level of fear into you.
Thank God she
don't really want to go through that.
Nowadays, with our science and understanding of CTE and all that shit, like,
oh, dude, I would have got torn up anyways. I was too small for football. That and I wasn't really that fast. Like in hindsight, it was probably for the best, to be honest. But like, it also kind of made me like really like I said, I felt like if last thing I would want to do is get into a fight because I'd lose. You know what I mean? I had no confidence in my ability to really defend myself much because a lot of the kids were always a lot bigger than I was. Especially like elementary school, junior high. Once I hit high school, I actually grew a little bit and I wasn't as, you know what I mean? But by then too, I matured a little bit and I was just more into like hanging out with my group of friends and just like,
at that point you find a niche, right? Because like,
well, that and I'd figure out how to, avoid confrontation and just like, oh, well, you're not cool. I don't have to hang out with you. You know what I mean?
That's it. Like when you're like,
I don't have to sit here and take this abuse.
Yeah,
I can just leave.
that like 6, 7, 8-year-old like life that you're living, then like you're
I
all
would just
just like
want. I just
weird little
wanted to fit in.
humans.
At that point, I
Yeah.
just wanted to fit in with. Even like through high school, I still wanted to just fit in. But like it was, I would just find spots where I'd, I didn't have to try as hard. You know what I mean? Or found, the spots where I did fit in a little bit more than the others, and I wasn't trying to force my way in anywhere. Where when I
Like,
was younger, I wanted to be the cool kid. I wanted to be popular. I wanted all that. You know what I mean?
by high school,
So
like you've recognized like your self-awareness is there.
yeah, 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 for sure.
When you're a little kid, like you're still discovering yourself. You're like your hormones aren't even active fully. Like you're figuring out how to fucking write your name and spell common words correctly. Like, like you're learning how to be a functioning human being
Yeah.
at that early of a stage. So like it's such a weird thing that at some point, because and somebody had just said this on the reels and the tiki talkies and all that shit, and I'd caught it recently. But like at some point one day, you're just an adult. Like you go from just being a
Yeah.
kid to all of a sudden like now you're an adult, and nobody tells you when it happens. You don't really. There's no like sign that goes off, and it's like, ta-da! You're an adult now. It's
Yeah,
just
well,
like
it's also like there's nothing that makes it the same for everyone either. Right? Like some people grow up quick, some people are like a kid forever. You know what I mean? Like it's
exactly.
like, but they might be a kid forever that like ends up. Well, I know they could be a kid forever. That's true. Never mind. I
Well,
take that back.
like let's
Dude,
face it, right?
honest, let me tell you what, on this subject, bro, because like
Andy,
I'm in my early
lie
30s,
down.
you know what I mean? 30,
Lie down.
32?
Lie down.
Yeah, 32.
Lie down.
And dude, there's still times where I still feel like I'm just,
Lie down.
there's times where I don't feel as old as I
Lie
am.
down.
And that's a majority of the time. Like I still feel like I'm that young kid a lot of times, where it's just like I still have a lot of those same tendencies, but like I also have maturity at the same. It's weird. It's a weird fucking. I'm at that weird point where it's like, okay, I gotta be the responsibility is outweighing the childlike uh hunger for fun and doing all the things. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting to that point where the transition's happening, where it's like I'm thinking more about bigger picture than the right now at this moment in this second sort of thing. And it's fucking weird, dude, because I'm like having trouble coming to terms with the fact that I am no longer uh the young spry adolescent that I feel at times. It's weird, because I you don't really think about it until like certain things pop up and you're forced to kind of like look at it as that mature adult, and then you're like, oh wait, fuck, dude.
Oh, 100%.
Like that realization hits, and then you start thinking about like, fuck, man, like
I was
where'd
doing
where'd the fucking time go? And dude, did I I'm honest, there's parts of me right now that are thinking about, did I waste time doing bullshit when I could have been doing other things? Like those are the moments that I'm having right now. And it's kind of like upsetting and also like eye-opening at the same time, because it's like it's making me like think about things in a different light now than how I probably would have even last year. It's like, dude, have I just like all the time that I just spend sitting here in front of this computer, was that just wasted when I could have been doing something to better some part of my person, whether it's the here and now or possibly the future, with other things that I could have been doing. But I'm just so caught up in my day-to-day bullshit that I lose sight of the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of the shit that's been on my mind lately. And I feel like that's kind of also why I've kind of been in the mental state I have been for the past, I don't know, I feel like it's been like all this year, to be honest. I have been but then again, a lot has happened in my life the past year, you know? So it's just like I've been doing a lot of fucking self-reflection, dude, and it hasn't been the funnest this time around. Usually I've been coming to like some good realizations, and now I'm coming to like some not so, appealing ones. You know what I mean? Just like, I don't know.
Well, you
It's
know what?
it's weird.
Here's the thing. You have to fall to get back up and learn to walk, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Like
so
I'm
that's
not
the
taking
thing.
this as a bad thing. Like I know this is just a step in the process of getting me to where I need to be, but like
I once
just the place I'm at right now, I'm just like really I feel like I'm at the deep I'm hoping I'm at the deepest point of it, and I'm can hopefully kind of start coming back up the slope. You know what
well,
I mean?
I once read a beautiful quote that said that whenever the universe makes life the most difficult is when it is about to give you the biggest blessings.
Yeah. And part of me too is like I don't I think I've told you guys this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but I've gotten some more news about my grandpa, and we've gotten a little bit of a timeline. And it's not very long, you know. So like I feel like I like as much as I feel like I can try to come back out of where this state I'm in, I don't feel like it's gonna be happening for a while. So it's like the anticipation of what's to come as well as being in it already still, it's just like it's rough, fellas. I'm having some trouble, but luckily I've got like you guys and family that have really been there, and dude, it's just
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
It's a lot to take in, people I think we said this real recently too, that like people all experience it differently, and it's some of us have to take it 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, and unfortunately that's kind of what's happening here. Is it's like it's been wave after wave. um Again though, like the beautiful thing is that at some point the sun shines again, right? And so that's the hope and the goal and the mission is to just get to the next sunny day, to get to the next morning, to get to the next uh you know dawn. 'Cause as they say, it's always darkest before the dawn, and the dawn will come. We just got to get there.
Facts.
Yeah, sorry to bring it down there. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
No, dude,
No,
you're
man.
good. Fuck.
I mean, I won't. While we're in a moment of introspection like this, like I've had these waves myself recently because we lost my grandfather, we've lost my mom, my uncle nearly took his own life recently. Excuse me. Yeah, so it's been really hectic in my world as well, and it's like we've talked about before. You start to take stock in the world around you and what you have and what you don't have, and you try to remember the things that you're grateful for as much as possible, and takes the take those moments in and breathe with those. um the thing that I've been trying to learn, that I was really getting a great grip through my time in therapy, was that you don't reject the feelings, you just accept them so that you can let them go. um and sometimes that just means having to sit quietly with them and just view them objectively as though they're a painting on a wall, if you will, a piece of art, a memory, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise. But just sit with it, observe it objectively as though it doesn't belong to you, and then let it pass. And sometimes that's easier said than done. But with practice, it becomes something easy. And I might have described it before on here, but I often in that situation visualize it as like photographs that I can just throw into a river and let the river just sweep it away. And it helps to just kind of like visualize this, like this is my feeling at the moment, and then I can let it go in the river and let it take off. And when I open my eyes and I take another deep breath, I feel like a new man again because I've dealt with it, I've sat with it objectively, I've let it go, and I've let nature take it. And then I can come back to center. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what we all crave, is just to come back to center. And that's when we do our best. When we are our best selves is when we are centered, when we feel grounded. And like we've probably all seen it on the internet here or there. But like, let's face it, we all need to get outside and touch grass.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? To literally get grounded, like we need to be out there real quick with like our feet on just dirt and soil and grass, and just reconnect with the earth for a minute, because we are electrically charged. So is the earth. And by allowing that electrical energy within the body to ground with the earth and go back into the earth, you can get a lot of that static that's built up inside of us out.
Dude, excuse me. Did you know that uh, a good thing for you apparently is to ground yourself, and that's like you just standing barefoot on like the ground,
Yeah,
like not like asphalt, not a patio, like the earth.
it's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude. But I heard it recently, and somebody was like telling me about it. And it's like
There's
21 minutes. And dude, like apparently it's supposed to just, I don't know,
well,
supposed to do
so
something.
because we are electrical bodies, we, through processes in our system, are generating electrical pulses, creating positive and negative ions within us. And the idea is that when you stand barefoot on actual earth, again, grass, dirt, what have you, just not pavement, um, you're allowing your skin to make contact with the earth, and that allows the magnetic polarity of the earth to be a point where you can, just like you have to ground electricity any other way to the earth, you are grounding the electrical impulses in your body, and it's supposed to allow those negative ions to strip out back into earth to allow you to continue to regulate your kinetic energies within you. um, for people who really do want to take this a step further, there are even grounding pads that you can buy. So you basically plug this into your grounded outlet in the wall, and then you can have your bare feet on it while you sleep, effectively allowing you to have grounding at night and pull that energy out and back into the ground.
Dude, that's like maybe so whenever I go camping, which it's been a long time, but like I always wake up feeling great.
It also leans a lot of credence to why, like, Ashton is a great example, and James, you'll attest to it, when you guys were floating in the river,
Yeah,
bare
dude, we
feet
were just
dangling,
chilling,
right?
dude. We're just chilling.
Think about how beautifully recharged you felt after all that. Although I'm sure that
Oh, yeah.
everything else that was going on didn't help, but
Yeah. Oh.
like it refreshes the bodily energy, like the actual electrical flow, because you're returning that back to the earth. I try to routinely at least get to the beach during the summer once and put my bare feet in the sand and water just to allow that grounding to happen. Um, I'm a firm believer in it. I'm also a firm believer in forest breathing, which is something you can do when you're not in that position. You can go out and just touch trees and go breathe some air in the middle of the woods. I live in, an area where I can go do that. I can just go walk a little path and just touch some trees and breathe.
Hug him if you'd like. You know?
Hugging
Say what
trees is
up,
good for
tree.
you. They've done studies on people's brainwaves when they hug trees, and it does allow the body to calm itself. You could also do that from hugging loved ones. Hug your loved ones. There's also interesting data lately that shows that cats purring is a healing mechanism
For humans.
and themselves. The
Wow.
frequency of the cat's purring helps to influence cellular regeneration.
Okay.
And it may be why cats come when you're feeling down and purr and spend time with you to comfort you, is because it has this healing vibration in their purr. So that's another
Crazy.
interesting thing. I mean, when you get into cymatics and what the power of vibration is, like the fact that we can levitate through sound waves, shit gets really interesting.
How do you think them UAPs are moving around, bro?
I'm
Yeah.
I'm at a I'm at a loss as to whether it's a sonic auditory thing or if it's what Bob Lazar has always described, where it was gravity field manipulation.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Sean. I knew I can get you going, bro.
Because Bob Lazar's explanation totally does help to define why you get this dipping, falling forward kind of a flight pattern. However, the sonic theory would explain why the whole world goes completely silent when people witness certain UFO phenomenon. And then once the UFO is gone, then all of a sudden now they can hear all the frogs and crickets and all that other bullshit. So if the sound is of a frequency that the human ears cannot actually physically hear, but can otherwise drown out the sound of everything else around you, it would seem like just deafening silence.
Crazy, right?
Dude, it's pretty crazy if you think that there's like all these sounds that you can't hear and like how much of a racket they could actually be making and shit.
Oh well, even
It's like
you
if you
could,
had super hearing, like imagine like what you'd hear, you know what I mean?
there are tests you can go do on the internet right now where they'll tell you your age by playing certain frequencies, because as you're a child, you can hear certain high frequencies that as you get older, you can no longer hear. And so, based on what frequency you can't hear, they're able to judge your age range.
What do you think I should put in a search to find that?
I would do maybe like hearing age test. Hearing hearing age test maybe is probably a good way to look for that.
Yeah.
Found like a YouTube video or something, I assume, that like will just like it'll run through a whole different bunch of frequencies. And at some point, you won't hear the sound anymore. And it's like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Are you literally doing this right now, Chris?
Well, I'm looking to see if I can find out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's led me to YouTube.
Well, that's what I figured. Like, because like realistically, all they're doing is they're taking the frequency and they're starting at something that everybody should be able to hear, and then they'll slowly ramp it up into higher frequencies until it starts hitting a point where you just won't hear it anymore. And at that point, it's like the younger kids would be able to hear it still.
All right. I should be able to do this.
I'm kind of curious to see your experience right now.
I'm gonna get a commercial though before then. So
Well, yeah, because now YouTube is cracking down on ad blockers, so you won't be able to use YouTube if you run an ad blocker. It's some clever tech they're building into the website these days.
Tell you what, they're ad heavy nowadays.
No kidding. Well, because a lot of it, they also want you to buy the premium.
I ain't buying that bullshit, dude.
I was actually shocked to learn how many people have bought into YouTube TV.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that I know that use it.
So, it's I think it was 2.6 million users right now for YouTube TV, which honestly doesn't put them too far behind the cable television usership these days, which is wild.
Yeah, for some reason, my parents are still cable users, and they're just like, you don't even need it now. Get rid of it. Save yourself some fucking money.
I mean, it's a sketchy, slippery slope, right? Because depending on how many streaming services you get, you end up paying just as much.
Well, the thing is, they have all the streaming services on top of the fucking cable, so
Yeah,
it's just like you don't fucking need it.
I agree then. 86 to cable, because all your local news stations stream their shit on their website. So you can still watch it there. Samsung smart TVs have Samsung TV Plus built right in. You can stream a whole bunch of different TV there, including some of your local channels. Yeah, like since I moved into this house, we haven't had actual cable. I've had the internet, and we have a handful of streaming services, and we're good. And the best part is we are able to take advantage of those, like because we have a T-Mobile account. I think it was the Netflix came at a really discounted rate.
okay, so I just did that test. And basically all it's doing is like it starts at like 1, and then it goes, and then you can start to hear like the ring supposedly by like your age. So like it's like the age of your ears. So when I was listening to them with both ears, I could hear around like 48. And then when I was listening with my left ear, it was like 48-ish. And then with my right ear, it was just like 54 something.
Wow.
I'm gonna redo it again. Like it was hard because like I was listening to you guys talk and like everything. So like I might have picked it up a touch earlier, but I'm not sure. But that's the video, so you guys should check that out too. Like you
Yeah,
don't have to like obviously do it right now, but
Interesting though, right? Like how based on that, like it can make a pretty good assessment of your age range.
yeah, no, that's true. Like I mean, obviously that's like 5 and 10 years older than me. But I'm not necessarily surprised. Like I'm pretty sure that at some point I'll probably have to get hearing aids just because
Well,
I've
dude,
never
think
really
about how
respected
many
my ears.
think about how many shows you've been to, and have probably been directly next to the PA.
Yeah, dude. Well, honestly, that's why I thought that like my left ear would be worse because like I also drive with the window down all the time. You always have like that wind noise and like blowing by your ear and shit. But maybe I would just be like this and the stage be like right here, and I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah,
and the stacks are just fucking hammering in on my fucking right ear. I don't know.
I'm scared to find out that like one of my ears is like fucking 58. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, and I'm only 36. That's not good.
Yeah, because like I was expecting to hear it. I'm like, yeah, okay, you're coming up. Like, it's 40, nothing. 43, nothing. I'm like, oh no. And it just kept going. Like I said, if it was like dead silent, because it says that you're supposed to use earphones, which I'm using, but they're probably like, there shouldn't be a conversation going on in the background.
Yeah. It's interesting science though, man, that like as we get older, like there are just tones we can't hear. So like understanding, even as a musician who works in music, like under 60 hertz, the naked ear doesn't hear. So there's a whole bunch of subsonic sounds you can feel but can't hear. So even then, once you go beyond that into the like your standard music you listen to tends to top out at like 128 kilohertz. Beyond that, you start getting into the 200, 300, 400 kilohertz. These are tones that are such high frequency. Once again, your human ear doesn't understand them, doesn't pick them up at all. But like the dog whistle, perfect example. That is at a frequency so high the human ear doesn't hear it, but dogs do. So what other sounds are out there you don't hear?
Dude, there's a lot of sounds that I hear all the time. Like right now, I just have like I turn the music off to try the test, and so like I just have like ringing in my ears.
Yeah, I'm at peace with the ringing in my ears these days.
Luckily, I don't get that too often.
Yeah, hopefully you escape it for a long time.
I named it Old Greg. Like, yep, Old Greg is back.
Shit, I'm thinking about taking a third dab to,
Well,
end this out.
This might be a good time because it is about that time for us to wrap this here show on up. We have probably even run long because I kind of lost track of time. But you know what? The good old Shedheads have earned themselves an XXL. It's been a little while since we've done one of those adventures for them. And very exciting that we should have a very fun new episode coming up next week. So guys, stay tuned because more snack adventures from you boys over here at the Shedtime Podcast are coming up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We are excited for this one. Experiments galore. And it makes me wonder, maybe not like the one chip challenge, but shit like that. How balls are you guys feeling?
I'm not good with spice, bro.
I'm good with whatever, bro.
Like, I don't know that any of us are going to be good with the
I'll
one
tell you
chip
what,
challenge, but I mean,
I might be down to do one of those sour challenges.
okay.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, I think it was my grandmother. She told me that if I ate too many sour candies, that my tongue will split. And it like honestly, dude, it scared me forever, bro.
Oh, and it will.
It can, dude.
It can?
Oh yeah, I've had the top of my whole tongue start to split open and like literally bleed from eating too many sour candies. That shit is heavily acidic.
Dude, the citric acid on that shit's what makes it so sour.
Yeah. It can physically damage your tongue for sure.
Yo.
It can be very, especially if you're eating some of these like Warheads is a great example. Something that's like wicked fucking heavily
Dude, there's
sour.
a warning on it that says do not eat more than one at a time.
Yeah, you can get aggressive and hurt yourself for sure.
I've done it, bro. I ate like 2 or 3 of them one time, bro. My tongue was fucked.
Damn, dude.
Felt like it burnt off all my taste buds.
Probably did. Honestly, it probably did. Oh
Dude,
man,
this Black Diamond X cold cure I'm about to drop right now is so tasty.
With a name like Black Diamond X.
Just give you a little look ski for the Shedheads out there. Look at the complexion on that. Sorry for the dirty dab tool. I've been going pretty crazy the past couple days. But dude, this is going to be delicious.
That looks like a delicious, just gorgeous little glob of goodness.
Yeah, dude.
And while James is going ahead and getting ready to drop that guy in there, Uncle Chris, why don't you start us on the sign-outs?
Yeah, dudes. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate you guys. Of course, you guys can check us out on Friday nights on Frames Jank Vapors YouTube channel for the green room. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to go to shedtimepodcast.com. Go check it out. You can even watch the videos if you're a patron of ours. So I don't know if that's enticing or not, but there's other cool things going on with that as well. So I think that's everything for me. Everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. Frames, take it away, buddy.
Sorry, people.
I could have dragged it, but I was like, nah, I'm throwing it to him. I'm throwing it to the man.
Get him right on the edge of the dab. Yes.
Well, thank you for that, Chris.
We want manual breathing closing.
Yeah. Shout out to all the Shedheads once again for all you guys' continuous support. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys go over there and go check out the old Patreon. If you want to get the video aspect, get the little discounts and whatever else cool stuff we might have going on over there, as well as the Discord. Check it out. We'd greatly appreciate it. 5-star reviews on your podcasting platforms. And of course, you can check us out on Friday, like Chris said, over on the Green Room, over on my YouTube channel, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Friday night. Come check it out. We just had a pretty cool build off with our man, Effin' Delight. And we got a lot of cool stuff happening over there. So come check it out. Other than that, we'll be here in the shed doing what we always do. I need to clean this dab rig real quick because a clean rig is a happy rig. Remember that. And of course, I'm ended as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Chris by fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and a little bag or dab will do ya.
Oh yeah. I agree with all of that. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, head on over to shedtimepodcast.com. You can find a link to the Frames Jank Vapor channel. Check out the Green Room whenever it goes live every Friday. You can also find links from our past guests to check out music and different things from them. And of course, there's the Patreon link if you want to get early access to the video and to episodes in general, because you always get it on Sunday before the episodes go live on Monday. That's right. Plus, you get the video weeks in advance of the rest of the YouTube viewership. So extra perks on top of, like Chris mentioned, the Discord discount codes and so much more. So with that, I'm going to bring it to a close and tell you, don't let the best get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, be sure and have some fun, because it's the Shedtime Podcast, and we're about to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out dynavap.com to learn more. That's dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy, Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton at Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about... Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine.
So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. Solid.
I'm breathing in standard again. I'm good now.
Good.
Auto engaged.
Back in automatic, bro.